Guess who's going to Disney World? Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Evelyn, and if you hadn't guessed from my shirt, my bedroom wall, the intro music to all of my videos, and the fact that I have this hat readily available to wear at all times, I am a Disney person. If everything goes according to plan, this video will be posted the day before me and my family and a bunch of other band kids leave to go to Walt Disney World for spring break. That's right, not only am I getting to go back to my favorite place on the planet, but I'm going to be marching in a parade in the Magic Kingdom while I'm there. I'm also going to be going to Universal Studios for the first time, which means I will be seeing the Harry Potter parks for the very first time. And I'm going to take you guys along with me because your girl likes to vlog. Allie from Allie in Books just did the Disney Parks tag, and she was nice enough to tag yours truly in it. And I thought, what better video to post the week that I am off to Disney World than the Disney Parks tag. So this is a bunch of questions about Disney. I don't talk about it a lot, specifically giving it its own videos, but Disney is something that I'm really passionate about. Disney movies, Disney parks. I legitimately, my dream job would be working for the Disney company. I'm planning on applying to be in the Disney College program as soon as I am able to. So in like 2 years. It's such a big part of my life. It's part of the reason why my channel isn't Here There Be Books. It's Here There Be Magic, because one of the things I knew I wanted to make videos about was Disney, and now I'm getting to do it. Also, my video planning notebook is Disney World themed. So this tag is 18 questions long. I had to get some help from my parents to answer some of the questions, but we got it all written down in our lovely little notebook, and we're ready to go, and we're talking in third person for no reason, so let's just hop right on into it. So I have visited both Disney parks in the United States. I have been to Walt Disney World in Orlando, Florida 7 times. I have been to Disneyland in Anaheim, California once, and I have been on one Disney cruise. We went to the Caribbean. It was very nice. A dolphin gave me a rock, but that's a story for a later date. This coming Tuesday, which is a little less than a week from now that I'm filming, and probably the day after this video gets posted, I will be leaving for my 8th trip to Walt Disney World. And I just found out today that I made Business Professionals of America Nationals, and those are in Anaheim, California this year, so I will most likely be visiting Disneyland again for a second time in May. I'm so happy. Also, I went to Walt Disney World once as a fetus, but I don't really count that. So, like I said, technically the first time I, an entity, went to Disney World, it was when my mother was pregnant with me, and, you know, I was just a bunch of cells and, you know, couldn't really tell what was going on because I didn't have, like, consciousness. So I'm saying this because it's very hard to tell for me, because my family has been going to Disney for so long. We've been so many times. I was 2.5 the first time I actually went to Disney World. It's hard to tell what's an actual memory or what's a story that I've been told or a video that I've watched a million times over. I think that my earliest real Disney memory, I was probably still a toddler when this happened. We were in Epcot and we had lunch at the sit-down restaurant in the Morocco Pavilion, Restaurant Marrakesh, and they have a belly dancer who comes out and provides entertainment while you're eating, and she will call people from the audience, usually kids, to come dance with her, and she pulled me out of the audience and she pulled a little boy who was older than I was. And I have always been a dancey person. Like, I was signed up for dance classes when I was about 4, so I'd never taken a dance class at this point, but I always was bopping around to music, and so when she was showing us how to do the belly dancing, I was very serious about trying my darndest to do the belly dancing. Was I actually belly dancing? No. Did I think I was doing better than the other kid that was out there? Yes. Yes, I did. I remember being like, wow, I'm dancing and this is so cool and I look so great and this kid is not trying hard enough. Magic Kingdom, hands down. Disney just does not feel like Disney until I am in the park, I'm walking down Main Street, and I can see Cinderella's castle ahead of me. I can smell the popcorn, I can hear the children screaming, I can hear the instrumental, like, Hello Dolly soundtrack. Ooh, I'm so excited. We're actually going to be marching down the parade route in Magic Kingdom, and I might spontaneously combust from how freaking happy I'm gonna be. I had to get some help from my parents on this one, but we've figured it out. We're pretty sure we got all of them down. So we have stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge, Port Orleans Riverside twice, the Polynesian, Pop Century, and Wilderness Lodge. There is a really cute photo that I'm gonna insert right here. Yeah. Obviously, I am very incredibly biased, but my favorite castle is Cinderella's castle. Like I said, it does not feel like Disney until I am looking at that castle and I am breathing in the magic. I have so many wonderful memories surrounding Magic Kingdom and the castle in general. I also haven't been to Disneyland since I was really small, and I barely remember Disneyland, so it's not anything against that castle. I'm not one of those people who's like, ew, the Sleeping Beauty castle is so tiny and ugly. Like, I think it's a pretty castle, it just doesn't have any sentimental meaning to me. The castle that I most want to visit is the castle in Disneyland Paris because they have a freaking dragon. And I want to see that. One of my all-time favorite spots, like one that I always have to go visit, is the Morocco Pavilion in Epcot, because it is hands down the most gorgeous pavilion there. Because, fun trivia with Evelyn time, when Disney decided they were going to do the World Showcase, Morocco was not only the first country to agree to it, but the King of Morocco sent his personal architect to make sure that the pavilion was as accurate as possible, so all of the tiles and the buildings are 100% authentic, and it's just so pretty. Also, it's where I got my fez. That's such a hard question. There's rides that I ride for the ride itself. Like, it's a fun ride, and it's thrilling, and it's great. There's rides that I ride simply because they make me nostalgic, and I love that. So, like, I ride Thunder Mountain because it's thrilling and I love it, and I ride Small World because it's nostalgic and I love it, and it makes me happy inside. I think the ride that has both of those, that mixes both of those aspects to a T, is actually Soarin' in Epcot. I adore that ride so much. It's just such a good experience. I always feel so happy after I've ridden it, and it's also, I love it so much. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I'm going back. I act like someone who has never been to a Disney park, but has always wanted to go to a Disney park. Like, that's the level of excitement that I have. But really, I'm just at my happiest when I'm at Disney, and then over time, my overall happiness level just diminishes, and I'm running low. Grand Fiesta Tour in the Mexico Pavilion. I adore this ride. Everyone else thinks it's cheesy. Something about the pavilion and the ride, it's just such a celebration, and I love the Three Caballeros, and it's so wonderful to me. I've heard rumors that they're planning on replacing it with a Coco ride, and that makes me kind of sad, but also Coco is my all-time favorite Pixar movie, so not that sad. I don't know, just the three caballeros, three gay caballeros, they say we are birds of a feather. It makes me so happy. Like, there is absolutely never a wait for that ride, other than like maybe the boats aren't there yet when I walk up. Like, that's how few people ride that ride or go into that pavilion. It's one of the most wonderful spots in all of Epcot, all of the parks, in my opinion, and I think that more people should go ride it. Ooh, I have thoughts on this one. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. Okay, so this was the newest ride in Walt Disney World last time we were there in Magic Kingdom. We booked it over there. First thing we rode when we got to Magic Kingdom, waited forever still because we got there before park opening, but it was so popular that the line was just so friggin' long. We waited for a very long time. It's got an interactive queue, so it wasn't that bad, but still, it was a long wait to get on that ride. And then we rode the ride, and what is that ride? Is it a dark ride? Is it a roller coaster? It's trying to be both, but it is not enough of either to be truly satisfying. It's 4:10. I have a vendetta against Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, and I will not be riding it this time around. Unless I get voted out, and then I have to follow majority rules. So all of the shows or parades that I have really strong emotional connections to, like really great memories surrounding, those are gone along with my childhood. For example, the Main Street Electrical Parade. I loved that thing. It was really old. Like, my mom watched that as a child, but it was still, like, it held up and it was a cool experience. And now that's gone. Also, the Pocahontas and Her Forest Friends show that they used to have forever ago at Animal Kingdom, they got rid of that like a while back, and I'm still salty because that was my jam as a child. They still have a Disney Junior show, but it's like all of the new Disney Junior characters. But I remember when they used to have Bear in the Big Blue House, and I thought that was the coolest thing because I loved that show as a child. And then I was like seeing Bear and Luna, and I was just like, so I'm going to be watching as many shows and parades as possible because they have a ton of new ones that were not there last time I was there. There's a Muppets Great Moments in American History show, the new parades, the new fireworks. I haven't seen Happily Ever After. Last time I was at the parks, they were still playing Wishes. So I haven't seen Happily Ever After yet, even. So I'm so excited to see that because that's supposed to be like amazing. And then of course the parade that I'll be marching in. Heck yes, meeting characters is one of the best parts of being at Disney World. If I end up doing the DCP, character performer or character attendant are two of the roles that I am the most interested in because that is just one of the ways that I feel like Disney brings the magic to life the best. I cannot possibly list all of the characters that I've ever met at Disney World, but I can list off a few of my favorite interactions. So the first character that I ever met was actually Mickey Mouse. He is always a great character to me. I've never had a bad Mickey Mouse interaction. I had a really great interaction with Rapunzel last time I was there. She's one of my favorite princesses, so I was like embarrassingly excited to meet her. I was like the oldest princess in the room, and she was so sweet to me. Piglet, my parents were unaware how much I was in love with Piglet, but when I met him for the first time, I freaked out, and he's still one of my favorite characters. He's just so adorable. There was one time where we were walking through World Showcase, and we walked through Canada. Nobody ever really stops in Canada because there's not a lot to do in Canada. Sorry, Canada, but it's true. And then we were just like trying to get to the UK or something, and then all of a sudden Kenai and Coda from Brother Bear are just like walking down the street toward us, and there's no one else around. So I just got to stop and talk to Kenai and Coda from Brother Bear for like a really long time. I was really little and I was so obsessed with that movie, and that was a magical moment, my friend. Last time I was in the parks, I was with my friend Jacob, and we are both really in love with the Disney movie Lilo and Stitch, and so we waited in line to meet Stitch, and it was one of the funniest character interactions I have ever had. I know a lot of people don't like interacting with the fur characters because they're non-verbal, and so it can be a little bit awkward, but with Stitch, he was messing with us, he messed up our hair, he got us in a headlock, and it was fun. It was so fun. Like, meeting characters, I have had nothing but wonderful, fun experiences. I have 3: Be Our Guest in the Magic Kingdom, Coral Reef in Epcot, and Tangerine Cafe, also in Epcot. Haha. So, before we go into Animal Kingdom, we have to stop at the flagpole in front of Animal Kingdom, and that is because the first time we were at Disney as a family, it was my parents, me, and my grandparents, and we were going to Animal Kingdom first. My mother forgot to change into her sneakers, so she had to go back to the car, and that involved a tram ride back to the car, changing her shoes, and then another tram ride back to the park entrance. We were there before park opening, and so she was like, when the park opens, just go in, don't wait for me, like, I know where you're going and I'll meet you. She gets back and they're still standing there. She's like, I told you not to wait for me. And they go, no, it's not us, it's Evelyn. And little toddler Evelyn was standing at the bottom of this flagpole just staring up at it. I go, Mama, look at the flagpole, Mother. I don't know. I have no recollection of this event. Something about that was very intriguing to me, and I really wanted to make sure that she got to see it before we went into the parks. And it was because we waited so long that by the time we got in there, we were walking through Discovery Island, like toward the old Camp Minnie Mickey area, which is now Pandora, and Mickey Mouse just kind of came walking up, like, getting ready for his meet and greet, and there was no one else there. So the first Disney character that I met was actually Mickey Mouse. And so now every time I go back to Disney, I take a photo with that flagpole. There's literally so many good memories from Disney World, and a lot of them don't even have anything to do with Disney itself, and more to do with the people that I was with and the experiences that we had together at the parks. I think my most fond Disney memory happened last time we were there, and it wasn't actually in a park. It was at the boardwalk. We'd just eaten dinner at a restaurant that no longer exists, which is good because it was not a great meal. And we were gonna rent one of those pedal carts, like 2 to 3 bikes, and then there's like a thing that goes over it and you can pedal down the boardwalk. And my dad and my grandma were renting the cart from the stand, and my mom sat down and she was like, Evelyn, Jacob was my friend who we brought with us, you need to put sunscreen on. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna bloop, oh, that's way too much sunscreen. So I took some and I wipe it on his arm. I love him, but he can be dramatic at times. He looks at his arm, he's like, he takes a couple steps backward, his legs hit a bush, and he just topples into the bush. We're standing there looking at him, and then he goes, I'm stuck. And we just burst out laughing. Neither one of us helps him up because we are wonderful human beings. He gets himself out of the bush, and there's an indentation in the bush that is the shape of his butt because, oh my gosh, that was just the funniest thing. But that even might not even be, Disney is probably the place where most of my, best memories are from. Just, you say, what's your best Disney memory? And I am just flooded with so many warm, happy moments. And I'm really excited to go with my band family and my BPA family, and I'm going to get to make even more. And I really want to be a part of making those happy moments for other kids in the future. One moment, I'm gonna go get him. This is Perry the Platypillow. I purchased him, I believe, in Magic Kingdom the night before we left for our cruise. I love him so much. He doesn't do much though. So it's a life goal of mine to visit every Disney property, all of the parks and resorts. Disneyland, Disney World, check, check. Aulani can't be that hard to get to, but then the out of the United States ones, those are going to be a little bit harder. Don't know how I'm going to get myself to Tokyo Disney Sea, but it's going to happen someday. The first one that I want to visit is Disneyland Paris. Not only do they have a freaking dragon beneath their castle, it's also Paris. I've been to Paris and I absolutely adore Paris, and I really want to go back when it's not the middle of winter. I went to Paris for New Year's, so it was really freaking cold. I have never been colder in my entire life. It was just a week of never being warm. So specifically, I want to go to Disneyland, to Paris, in the spring when it's nice and it's pretty, and then I'll go back to Shakespeare and Company and I'll be happy again, and I might actually go into Notre Dame this time, and I will definitely go back to Versailles because those gardens are impressive even without flowers. So yeah, so that would be my dream Disney vacation. I would double down and also return to Paris because I have been dying to do that ever since I left. Alright, that is all that I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed getting to learn a little bit about one of my other passions. I know I usually make videos about books, but you know, I am more than just that one interest, and so I was really excited to get to share a little bit of my Disney knowledge and experience with you. I will be vlogging, like I said, on this trip, and so you can expect at least one more Disney-centric video. With that being said, my name is Evelyn. I make new videos every magical Monday, and I'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.